Hello, everyone. 1 second while I get my window capturing the right window. Pampa Plus, there we go. For those of you who'd like a little preview, this is what the grid of my next puzzle looks like approximately. I know it's been a bit since I had a puzzle, but if you're excited for more Zeta-E puzzles, this one at least, this is a lot of puzzle. This should be out relatively soon. I have to finish testing it, but I'm so close. This one is nearly done, so you can look forward to seeing vignettes in your solve queue soon. But for now, we're going to open with this puzzle, but we have to switch to CTC mode. I have to switch this window to capture Colorguru Chaos. As always on this stream, or as usually, we're going to start with the most voted on puzzle by the people who support the channel. So this is the most voted on puzzle. This is a sequel, actually, to a puzzle of the same rule set that was made for my coloring challenge not too long ago. So every once in a while, I'll do a setting challenge. I'll preview what the next setting challenge is going to be, and not too long. But here we go. So here is going to be this puzzle, and so if you're not familiar with this, again, those of you who support on the Patreon, patreon.com/zetamath, or on YouTube, which you get by clicking join down below, those of you who support at the windmill level get to vote on what the most in-demand puzzle is, and then we do the most in-demand puzzle. So last time, we opened with a zetamath tutorial on Kropke pairs. So if you're newer to Sudoku, I'm starting this series where every Wednesday I'm going to do a 60 to 90 minute sort of tutorial on a new sort of standard mechanic. So I started with Kropke pairs because they show up literally everywhere. But I will do various other things. And so the basic structure is I pick 3 gas puzzles, which roughly speaking are 1-star puzzles, and then a 2 or 3-star puzzle of that mechanic, and sort of try and talk through what I think are the standard things you need to know about that puzzle type. And then the goal is that I then post them so you can go back and look at them. Why am I looking at my laptop so much? I don't know. Probably just to make sure that I have the screen set up, because I'm trying to make sure I have this whole thing over here. So if you want to look, we have recently posted the Kropke pairs one. So if you missed that on Wednesday, we have that. We'll do one next Wednesday. I think it's going to be on arrows, but we will see. I have, by the way, encouraged people, if you want to help me out with this tutorial series, make me 2 or 3-star, preferably 2-star puzzles that are well reviewed, that use only one standard Sudoku mechanic. So for purposes of this, I want just pure arrow, pure Kropke, pure Renbon, whatever the case may be. So if you make one of those and you get good reviews on it on LMD and it gets rated at 2 or 3 stars, go ahead and send it to me. Kurobon has a head start because Kurobon has made like 15 puzzles that meet almost that exact description, except for one like terrifying 5-star little killer puzzle in there. But spoiler, I might go through standard Sudoku mechanics literally forever before I decide to do one on Little Killer. All right. So let's decipher the rules of Crispy's Colorguru Chaos Palindromes puzzle. Yeah, don't do that, Little Killer. Yeah, I think Little Killer is like the worst Sudoku mechanic. I don't even think it's particularly close. And a 5-star Little Killer puzzle is just, it sounds approximately like torture. So, we're not going to do that. Those of you who really like little killer puzzles, I apologize, but I'm not actually sure that there's anyone who really likes little killer puzzles. I think it is an almost universally behated mechanic. But if you really, really want to see a long, difficult little killer puzzle, we did do Carousel on the channel. So there we go. Yeah, one little killer clue, a few little killer clues, they can be fun. It's just a pure little killer puzzle. That's the only one that I am doing. Or that's the only one that I'm saying, like, I really don't dislike. I don't mind, like, a handful of little killer clues mixed with other stuff. That can be interesting. Okay, so here's the rules. So some cells in the grid have been colored. Just for purposes of our benefit, if we have trouble with colors, the colors have been labeled with letters. So I'm going to go ahead and color over the existing colors with their CTC equivalent, just to make them look as much like the colors we'll be using as possible. I seem to recall a pure killer by Ambrose that was a like a 2-star little killer that I really liked. Was that Ambrose? I think I did it with Rangsk on Rangsk's stream, actually, if I remember correctly, but we will see. All right, so these are the 5 colors. Using these 5 colors, color some more cells in the grid to satisfy all of the following conditions. Every colored cell must belong to a block. A block consists of 1 to 5 orthogonally connected cells of the same color. So that's one rule. You can never connect more than 5 cells of one color together. Blocks of the same color cannot touch orthogonally or diagonally. We'll see if I can remember that one this time. Every block belongs to a region. A region consists of 2 or more orthogonally connected blocks. Blocks within a region cannot be the same color or the same size. I was right, Ambrose? I am thinking of yours. I'm 85% sure. But feel free to tell me if I'm thinking of the wrong setter. But I think it was by you. So regions are collecting, and the regions vary in those 2 things. You can't repeat colors, and you can't repeat sizes. And then palindromes are these, and they need to read the same forwards and backwards. But additionally, every palindrome has cells in at least 2 regions. And every cell on a palindrome must be colored. So we're not done until we have colored every cell on the palindrome. Wasn't this the puzzle where the last one, Crispy gave me, like, labels of rows 1 through 48 and columns 1 through 48 so that chat could talk to me about what they were? I seem to recall that. Okay. So I think that's all we need to know. And I think the first thing we can start with is that this can't be part of a region. So we're going to gray it to say it's not part of a region. And the reason I know it's not part of a region is that if it was part of a region, everything on this palindrome would be part of the same region. And we're specifically disallowed having things on the same there. By the way, we need a bet cell. We're going to have this be the bet cell. I want something that I know is going to end up being a color. And so this being on a palindrome means I know it's going to end up being a color. It's in kind of a random place. I didn't read the end rule about regions and how they touch. Oh, yeah, you're right. Regions that touch diagonally have at most 1 color in common. There we go. Yeah, I did not read that rule. You're completely correct. So for the same reason, this has to be gray. If this were not gray, again, it would connect this palindrome into one region. So this cell is a color. I don't know exactly what we're going to do with it, but it's a color. Hey, Malrog. Yeah, I should say hi to everyone. We've got a whole bunch of people in chat. We've got Malrog, Doomdiot, Kenny, Chameleon, Tom, Liz, Totally Normal Cat, Jim, David, Kurban, Ambrose, Eric, Tristan, Tallcat. We've got the whole gang here. Hey, Ad11, welcome. Okay, I'm looking for anywhere where if I made a color, it would make the color too big, but I fear I may not be so fortunate. I think I'm going to do this to indicate that these are in the same region. Do I want to do that? That seems... I think that's okay. I think I can gray these two cells for the same reason again. If either of these were not gray, this whole palindrome would belong to the same thing. Let's see. Do I have any other palindromes? Yep, these two, I can do the same thing. This one, I can do the same thing. This one, I can do the same thing. Is that the end? No, this one. These are all connected, so these two have to be gray. Let's see. Any other palindrome goodness that I missed? I don't think so. Let's see. This is certainly like a very different sort of puzzle, so I know last time it took me a while to wrap my head around what was going on, and I'm sure this time it is also going to take me a long time to wrap my head around what's going on. So because this is a palindrome, and God, I wish I knew a great way to mark this, these two are the same color, because this is a palindrome, and so in fact, actually, all three of these are the same color, because as soon as these two are the same color, that color is going to be X. Oops. As soon as these two are the same color, well, if this wasn't the same color, my region would have two of the same one. So this is all color X. This is color not X. I don't know what X is yet, but X is a color. Okay. So that's another thing I can do. I know that these two cells can't be the same color. Because if these two cells were the same color, then this would also be that color by the palindromes. But again, that would be two blocks of the same color touching diagonally. That's not allowed. So everywhere I have these little 3-cell doohickeys, I inherit a new thing. Okay. I have a deduction. Maybe. Do I? Can regions of the same size touch diagonally? Or sorry, can blocks of the same size touch diagonally? Blocks of the same size... No, blocks of the same color can't touch diagonally. Blocks of the same size can touch diagonally. Well, that's sad. Mostly because I realized that if that was a rule, this would have to be green, and this would be green, and I would have a deduction, but I do not actually have a deduction. Okay. These two are the same color, and they're in different regions, so this has to be a different color. So there's a line here. The line just means the things on either side of the line are different colors. Over here, we get the same piece of logic. Let's see. Okay, this red can't come down. In fact, actually, this cell can't be part of a region at all. Because if this cell is part of a region at all, I connect these two into one region. And now these reds, because they're in a region, they have to connect, but they can't connect in 5 or fewer cells. So there's another cell that's not part of anything. And now this cell, if this cell were part of a region, what is Zach going to dance for? Someone earlier was asking if you could choreograph an A dance for Zach for when A's are discovered in puzzles. Perhaps you could draft perhaps you could choreograph a color dance as well, Tall Cat. Same thing here, because I know this is part of a region. If this is part of a region, I now have these two reds connecting in a way that's going to be impossible to satisfy. So that's not part of a region. Yeah, we can dance for the first completed region. That sounds good. Okay. Is this a problem? Let's see. This, and where is the thing that's the same as that? That's the same as that. Okay, who knows? Let's see. I'm looking for other places where there's sort of a dangerous closeness. Yeah, this is a first complete block. We're going to wait for a complete region. And we're going to try and remember that regions that touch diagonally can only share one color, since I'm apparently going to try very hard to forget that rule. This can't be part of a region, because then that would connect these greens, and these greens could never be part of the same block. I think that's probably the row 14, column 1 that chat was talking about. Same idea here. Again, if this were part of a region, it would connect these greens in a way that would be bad. These reds, though, have to be part of a block. And so this now has to be red. Note, by the way, that because of a weirdness with F puzzles and CTC, the reds are going to look slightly different. And that might be a cause of consternation, for which I apologize. No. I was going to say something that was wrong. This can't go up now, because if this went up, now these reds would be in these reds would have a huge problem. If this, no, maybe not. I might have been about to say something that was wrong. Oh, there's a hide colors. Aha! Thank you, Chris. That was very useful. I did not know about that. So we now know a secret. Let's see. If green... Yeah, these can't be part of the same region, but I don't think that means that this can't be part of a thing immediately, at least. Okay, so... This is 2 or 3. These touch diagonally and they share green. So this can never get involved in red. Okay. That's the point. Okay. So these two regions touch diagonally. And this region includes all of these cells for sure. And because this region needs to include all of those cells for sure, I can't actually take either of these cells, because if I took either of these two cells that I'm mousing over, then these regions would share both green and red, and that's not allowed. So these are both forbidden cells. This can't be anything but green now, because if it was anything but green, there would be 2 blocks of size 1 in this region. So this is green. So again, this is all part of a region, and this is all part of a region. So these two regions touch orthogonally, and so they can share at most one color. Why what not gray? Oh, this cell. Oh, you're right, this cell could be gray. Sorry, you're completely correct. This cell could be gray. I don't think there's any reason it can't be gray. Eric is completely correct. Having chat to continually save me is so nice. Okay, so I think I was supposed to do something down here, but I don't know what yet. Let's see. These are all the same color. These are not that color, but they are also the same color, but they're the same color that is not the same as that color. Fairly often, I would say, Eric. It's not at all uncommon for students to catch me doing something terrible. Oh, does the stream title say Sudoku in it, and we're not doing Sudoku? It's Sudoku adjacent. Row 2, column 13. I think that's row 2, column 13. So what happens if... Right. This is all part of a region, and that can't be the same as this region by definition of the way palindromes work. So this has to be gray. Good. Let's see. Josh says if this takes row 14, column 4, something goes wrong. Okay, let's see if this happens. Then all of this becomes part of... right. If this happens, I connect the green to green. Because remember, I know this is part of something, and I cannot connect this green to this green. These two greens have to be in different regions, because I can't connect them. So this is gray. Good spot. Yep, we should not connect our two green blocks. I think, actually, if this is... Oh, this could be green. Never mind. I was going to say I don't think this can be colored, but it could be green. Trying to decide if yellow could come here and seize all of that. It's at least not immediately clear to me that it cannot. It might be clear with more contemplation. Let's see. Okay. So here's an interesting point. If this... So, first of all, this green definitely stops. Because if green came here, that would be two size 3 things in the same region. If yellow comes here, now yellow has to be size at least 4, and so yellow definitely comes here, and this all gets absorbed into this region. And that doesn't work. Right. Okay. So I think we have our first complete region, but let me go through this again. Oh, maybe not. Oh, no, we do. Okay, yeah. If yellow goes left, now this has size 2, but yellow can't have size 2. It has to have size at least 4. So yellow comes here. But now all of this joins the region, and I've got 2 green blocks in the same region. I cannot do that. So, oops, that's not what I wanted at all. So this is gray, which means that this region is fini. So we will we'll do it all up like that. Oh, red could go down one more. Darn it, you're right. Unregion dense. It could be red, but yellow can't go there. Damn you, red. Okay. Poor Zach. Okay. These two greens ultimately have to be joined. So either this cell is green or this cell is green. Where does this cell go on the palindrome? 1, 2, 3, 4. So if this cell is green, that cell is green. Which would then mean one of these two cells is green, but that's... How does corner marking row 1 and column 1 make it easier to refer to things? Oh, you mean like all the way across. So, like, oh, I don't even have my keypad on, that's the point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's as far as we get. 3, 4, 5, 6, oops, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. We can do that. That'll at least give us access to these, and then it'll be a little easier to count 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I think I'd rather count than use the alphabet tool. I know these are all part of a region. Yeah, it's true. I can put a 0 here. Oh, yeah. Jay's point is good. I can just use 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'm just writing the units digit here. So that works. Very good spot. The problem with hex values is that it would require using the letter tool, and the letter tool is made of evil. This cell can't possibly be part of anything, because if this cell is a region, then these reds have to join, and these reds can't join. So that is not a thing. Let's see. One of these has to grow. One of these has to be yellow. The X's mean I know all three of these are the same color. I just don't know what the color is yet. It will probably be a very long time before I know what the color is, but I know they're all the same color. And this line just means they're part of the same region, but I don't know what color. And the bars mean I know that these aren't the same color. That is my my random notation so far. No problem. I'm always happy to explain the notations I've made up. I don't want to invent new colors to stand in for colors. I like the idea of it, but also I think that is the way that madness lies. Provided you grant that this is not already madness. I mean, this is a 5-star puzzle, so I'm not going to be surprised if this ends up taking a while. Let's see. If this is part of something, then all of this is part of the thing. That's part of the thing. This could be a 1-cell thing. I don't see a reason. Like, there's no reason a region has to have more than 1 cell. Uh, how? How did that random cell become orange in all the talk? I have literally no idea how that happened. Somehow just like Sudoku Pad heard us talking about orange. Oh, regions have at least 2 blocks. Oh, regions have at least 2 blocks. Who knew? Okay. Regions do have at least 2 blocks. Okay, so that's good. So that means that this is all part of of one region. So we can zip that out like that. This is all one region. I guess that line is redundant, but I just want to mark all of this is part of a region, and it's all part of the same region because this has to go out. Okay, where else do I get to apply that? Because I think there was somewhere else where I was at risk of making a 1 cell. Yeah, here I guess I don't know, because it could be that red comes down and then this ends. Oh, okay, so Jay is saying if the left region extends to the palindrome, so if this goes up here, then this region and this region share 2 colors. They share... This region doesn't have red in it, though. If this goes right and red comes down, then that's a problem. Oh yeah, if this extends all the way over to here, then we have a problem. I agree with that. Let's see. So, right. So this is either gray or yellow. I agree with that statement. Let's see. Row 8, column 6, we're talking about. And this is J40's point. Row 8, column 6, and row 7, column 7 have to be gray. Sorry, have to be gray to not join 2 reds. Oh, good point. Okay, so yeah, if this is colored, then this region now includes all this stuff, but also all of that stuff. And now these reds have to join and they can't. So that's gray. If this cell is colored, then this region and this region join. And again, I have to connect the 2 reds. Beautiful spot there to J. That was very cool. Hey, Pause, welcome. Happy to see you. Yeah, the reds are certainly playing, making this life difficult. This red actually can't connect to this red. That's good. Okay. These 2 reds can't end up in the same region. Or sorry, can't end up in the same block. Because if these 2 reds were in the same block, it would connect this thing down to here, and that would make these things would share both red and green. So that means at least the red can't go here. So this red doesn't go right for that reason. Maybe this red could go up, though, unfortunately. I'd love to know that this red can't go up. Let's see, row 8, 9, column 7 are the same color. Yes, these are the same color by Palindrome. Do we know what that color is? I mean, it would be nice if it was blue. But I don't know. But we can do that just to mark that these two are the same color. Row 9, column 8. By the way, genius idea to whoever recommended this whole corner marking business. And row 10, column 7. Wait. Row 9, column 8. Row 9, column 8. And row 10, column 7 are also connecting two reds. Right. If either of these were in, we connect this red and these reds in a way that is not acceptable. Oh, and this one too. If this is colored, I connect these reds to that red. That's certainly not going to work. So that's not allowed. And actually, this one too. If this one is colored, then I connect this red to those reds. So that's also not colored. So that gives us a whole bunch more gray just by looking at these reds that are closer to touching than I had given them credit for. So this region definitely includes yellow and red, at the very least. Why couldn't red take those two gray? These two? Or you mean these two? Row 9, column 9 could be a 5-cell region. Okay, so people are saying they don't like this. They liked these two, right? These two really, those two would connect these very far apart ones. But if this went up like this, people are saying that's acceptable. Well, that creates... that doesn't actually work. You're right, I didn't justify it, but it definitely doesn't work because it creates a second red block in this region over here. So it's... it looks like it works. I agree, I certainly did not think about it, but it doesn't work with the palindrome stuff. So good catch. Thank you for pointing it out, but this is definitely not colored. And this too. If this were colored, it would connect this red and these through the medium of madness of that. So that's also no good. Row 8, column 8 is gray. See, if not, then this becomes a region. Right. If not, then this becomes a region, and this region contains two reds. Got it. Yep. Perfect. And then we broke the puzzle. So something's wrong. What did I do wrong? I believed that conclusion, but this is broken because this region... Oh, no, it's not. Never mind. Sorry. It's not broken. It's because it connects over here. Never mind. Sorry. I thought I'd isolated these two cells that were the same color, but no. I have not. So this is just all part of a region. That's okay. Okay. So this red has to go up. As soon as this red goes up, it joins this red, which means it has to go up through a red. So these form a little red block. This is a very cool puzzle archetype, by the way. I will reiterate my statement that the only thing I wish was different is I wish that blocks of the same size couldn't touch diagonally, because it would make it more symmetrical. But other than that, I really love this rule set. What color is row 5, column 10? Let's see. So these two cells are the same color. That color can't be red or blue. I don't think I see why it can't be yellow. Or green. But maybe there's some touchy-touchy going on that I haven't appreciated yet. So maybe I should ask about these two. Because this region is touching this region. And so these have red in common already. They can have no other colors in common. So that's very interesting. So these two cells can only be blue or purple. And these can only be red, yellow, or purple. Row 11, column 10. Has to be gray in order to avoid two regions with red and blue touching. Right. If this is in, this region has red and blue and touches that one, which has red and blue. Great spot to J there. So that's gray. And for the same reason, this is gray. Because of that. It's very clever. This also has to be gray, because if this weren't gray, it would connect two regions with red and green. And that's not allowed. These yellows have to connect, because otherwise I'd have two yellow blocks touching diagonally, and I'm not allowed to do that. Something for color theorem, Josh? Okay, so now this region has yellow in it. Which is interesting because now this region, yeah, I guess maybe it's not so interesting. This region already had yellow in it. What am I talking about? Blue can't go in. So this has to be gray, because otherwise this region has both red and blue. So that's gray. This is part of the same region as that. Poor purple. This is at least part of the same region. I don't know if they're the same color, but this is all sort of one big messy region. Which has green and blue in it. These two cells are the same color. Oh, these two cells are the same color, and they're in the same regions. They have to connect. So they're either both green, or they connect through here. Yeah, the sort of like the more you stare at it, the more you start realizing that there's like all kinds of places that grays sort of just appear magically. This cell, maybe not that cell. Maybe that cell's okay. Row 11, column 12 is gray. Okay, so if this is not gray, then what goes wrong? If this is not gray, then this becomes a humongous region. And in particular, it's a region that has red and green that touches a region that has red and green. Got it. Yep. Thank you. It took me a while, but I got there eventually. I was like, which of the many rules goes wrong if we do this? And then, yeah, we got there eventually. This can't. These are both gray as well, because remember, blue can't join this either. If blue joins this, these share blue and red, and they can't. So those are both gray. Okay, so these are now the same color. That's color can't be purple. No, maybe it could be purple. Never mind. Yeah, maybe I'm not prepared to state that it can't unequivocally that it can't be purple. I probably should be prepared to state that, but I'm not. I will make sure that Zach practices every day. He's a very diligent digit dancing penguin. These two are the same color. These greens can never join, right? I think actually... Is that true? Yeah, these greens I don't think can join. This green certainly can't go here, because then it needs to take both of them and it's too big. If this green tries to come here to connect over to there, that looks fine until you realize that by the palindrome, that's also there. So these greens are part of different regions. And if these greens are part of different regions, this cell has to be gray. And this cell also has to be gray for the same reason, because otherwise then my greens touch diagonally. Oh, wait, no, sorry, that's not true. This cell could be something. Sorry, I was going to say something wrong. This cell could be something... No, it can't be. No, it could be. It could be like a purple or something, I think. But I stand by this gray. 10, column 13. Or it would connect the two palindromes. Would connect the two palindromes. One moment while I process what two palindromes we would be connecting. So if this is in, we have a region that takes all of those cells at the very least, takes that cell. Ah, yes, it connects both ends of this. Okay, right. Beautiful. Okay, that is a very good spot. If this is part of a region, then just by regular old region bleeding, all of that becomes part of a region, and now all of this palindrome is part of one region, which is not allowed. So this is gray. Good. Let's see. What shall we do now? Oh, fascinating. That is not the argument you saw. The connect the two palindromes, that was exactly what I was looking for, but Well, we got there together. That's what matters. This region's got blue in it, at least. Okay. I do love the pen tool. I would love more X's and O's, too. I think more sorts of X's and O's would be great. Like a letter tool that didn't involve using a keyboard where you just sort of clicked through a few options, that would be cool. I'm looking at this, going here, but that looks okay, annoyingly. Well, specifically, I would like colors that aren't black, gray, and gray, because black, gray, and gray are kind of gross colorologically. Why did this become black? Oh, because I was mousing over a part of my screen you can't even see. That's why. Additional colors for the pen tool. I'm not sure how much. I feel like 3 colors for the pen tool would be plenty. I don't intend to use additional colors for the pen tool a great deal. I think it's a cool option, though. Okay, this thing already has yellow and red and maybe one other thing. And I think the thing that would be best is if someone who was an expert in color blindness made a set of 18 colors that were differently saturated enough and maybe slightly textured so that they would look distinct to most people. Because I think that's the biggest thing, and that's the thing I can't do myself. Like, I don't really want to just say, like, oh, you can just pick whatever colors you want. Because if I'm picking whatever colors I want, I'm going to pick colors that are not good for people. So I would rather... Like, I don't think that there being a preset collection of colors is bad. I think there just needs to be a preset collection of colors that is more than 9, and that are preset so that even if you are, say, red-green colorblind, the red and green still look different. Okay, row 8, 9, column 7. Row 8, 9, column 7 are blue because the region of row 11, column 8, column 8 contains purple for sure. Why does this region contain purple for sure? Let's see. Can't have more red or yellow. It would make 6 yellows. So these could be yellow. This could be red. So, do I know that this region takes more than these cells? Because it seems to me I could do a 5 and a 3 and be okay, but I'm probably missing something. Let's see. J40 says row 9, column 1 is none green. This would add green to the region on the other side of the palindrome. Right. If this was green, now this region also contains a green, but this region touches a red and a green, so it can't. So this is not green. So the green ends here. But the green has to keep growing because it's already with a blue. So this is green. Just recreationally. And so now, actually, all three of these cells are the same color. All of these are the same color. I don't know what color yet, but if I think about it, I might. It's not green, blue, or red. These are all either yellow, which they certainly can't be. So these are all purple, is the only color they can be, because these three are these three. So they can't be green or blue. They can't be red because of the red-green overlap over here. They can't be yellow because I'd need to connect them in 0, and so they are purple. That is great. Okay, and so now we have, I think, an authentic region completion dance for Zach to do. So we can bring in Zach, our region completion dancing penguin. Zach has many jobs around here. Boop-a-doop, boo! Boop-a-doop, 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 boop-a-doop. Region completion dance. Boop-a-doop, boop-a-doop, boop-boop, boo, boo, boop-a-doop, boop-a-doop. Whoa, oh, boo, boop, boop, boo, boo, boop, boo. Thank you, Zach. Very, very much appreciated. Yes, you have been very patient, as chat is quick to point out, which is much appreciated. Okay. Do we know what this is? So these regions share purple, so they can't share anything but purple. So this can't be green or blue or purple. So if it's not green or blue or purple, then it's yellow or red. But it can't be yellow either, because that would need to connect to this yellow, and that's not going to happen. So this has to be red, and it has to connect to that red that way. If this was purple, I would have two purple blocks that touched diagonally, and that is specifically against the rules, 57 Thorns. But that is a rule that hasn't come up much. But two purple blocks can't touch diagonally. No, not at all. I think that is... Since that rule hasn't come up in a while, I think it is totally understandable to have forgotten it. Okay, now this can't be colored, or we cause problems with these reds. This blue can't join this region because these two regions would touch diagonally and they would share blue and purple, and that's not allowed. Can't touch the green either. Beautiful point from Dale Mox. Because then they would share purple and green, and that's not great. So this blue grows up. And once the blue grows up, that actually tells me that this cell has to be blue. And the reason for that is if this cell wasn't blue, it would give me two one-size regions in the box. Or sorry, in the two one-cell blocks in the region. Sorry, I'm trying to use the right terminology. Because this red is already a one-cell block. And so that's blue. And so this is the first time we get to apply the palindrome. That's also blue. So we can do in all of that piece. Okay. if this were to come here, let's just see. If this cell is colored, it connects all of that, which then makes me touch this region diagonally. But maybe that's okay. Maybe, possibly. Interestingly, these two cells are always part of the same region. Because this green has to grow, and whether it grows here or here, it always grows to a place where it joins this cell. This purple has to grow. Thank you, Josh. That's true, because it's touching a known to be one cell red region. So now this cell has to be purple, because otherwise it would be a second one-cell block in the same region. We can't do that. And then by palindrome magic, this is purple. Palindrome magic. Let's see. Row 9, column 5 has to grow? Right, because it's definitely got a one-cell green in here. So this has to grow. It can't grow there, so it's got to grow down. And now that's going to put pretty severe restrictions. This red can't grow left, because it can't join this. This can't grow down, or it would join this, and it's not allowed to. Now the purple can't grow at all. And now this region's just done. Because there's nowhere else it can... it has no liberties, as they say. And this can't be anything either, because it would be one cell, and that would be broken. Okay, so this is a completed region. The blue needs to grow to be at least 3 cells. If it grew down, it would catch an extra green, which it cannot do. So these are blue, as we have somewhat suspected. Okay. If red grew here, it would have to grow one more, and it would grow there, and that would cause all kinds of problems. So red doesn't grow at all. Unfortunately, I think blue can grow to here without breaking anything, as best as I'm able to tell. Okay. What colors can this cell be? These regions that touch diagonally share red, so this cannot be green or blue. So these are not green or blue. So they can only be yellow, red, or purple. Well, they can't be red, because there's already 4 red in here. And that would get reflected over here by the palindrome. So these can only be yellow or purple. This is not purple either. Because purple is also already in here, thanks to this over here. So in fact, they are yellow. And so these are both yellow. And so that completes the yellow block, because it's now size 5. Have red coming out over here. So that was cool. Was a naked single yellow. Who knew? Red or yellow needs to grow in here, because currently both have size 4. I don't know which. So purple cannot grow. If purple grew, that would be a huge problem. If purple grew, then I would have to have 3 numbers out of 4, 5. So this purple is done. Once this purple is done, these are both gray, because there's nothing that can go here. Actually, that's not true. I could throw like a random green or something here, maybe. Oh, I can't throw a green. Maybe I can just go through the colors. I can't put a green or a blue. So actually, yes, these are really genuinely kaput, because I can't put green or blue in there, because this touches this region. 3, 4, 5 regions would repeat the size of a block within a region, and you aren't allowed to repeat block size within a region. Ye old 4, 5 triple is not allowed in this particular puzzle. So this cell, do we know what color it is? It's not yellow or red, or blue or green. So if you're not yellow, red, or blue or green, then you're a naked single purple. And so this is purple. Okay, this region's almost done. We just don't know yet if red goes there, I think. These two are the same color. So if that color isn't green, then it has to do exactly that and be a 5-cell hoodiggy. Well, yellow can't come here. This cell's definitely gray, because if this cell wasn't gray, I would connect this 4-cell region, this 4-cell red block to this 3-cell red block. It's going to be hard to add -2 cells to make them connect. So that's gray. Likewise, I can't add this cell, because that would put a 5th red into the region without connecting them. Let's see, if this gets added, then suddenly my region grows to include all of these cells, which is a lot of cells. In fact, I can't add... Actually, if I take this, I add 4 cells, and 4 is the maximum number of cells that I can add. Oh, this cell's definitely in the region. I had not appreciated this cell's definitely in the region. And because this cell's definitely in the region, I can't add blue to the region. And I can't add green to the region either. So Jay is completely right. Yeah, this cell's in the region. That's what I was missing. Because this cell is in the region, it sees this region, which has red and blue, so I'm not allowed to have blue. And it sees this region, which has red and green, so I'm not allowed to have green. And so I only have 1 total cell left to add, and it has to go here, and it has to be yellow. And now this region is done. Yes, no region can have 5 cells unless it's isolated. That was a major piece of deductioneering in the previous puzzle. I'm not sure how much it will show up in this puzzle. Because that's yellow, this is yellow. Oh, I see Thomas pointed that out as well, as did Dale. Thank you for reminding me. I won't admit how many times it has happened that I've been doing a palindrome puzzle and gotten stuck because I forgot to do palindrome things. But sometimes I'm doing palindrome puzzles and I forget to do palindrome things. I think I saw that happen to Simon once too, so I'll try not to feel too bad about it. Okay. This purple can't come up because then it would touch this purple kitty corner. So let's mark that at least. Yellow or red must extend down the bottom left, says Kurabon. We're talking about these? Why do they have to extend? Oh, okay. I guess it's true. Either yellow takes this cell or red takes this cell. I do agree with that. Okay. Yeah, one of these two cells is in. It's either that one or that one. Which means they can't connect to the corner. I don't follow, I'm afraid. Okay. No, I thought I had something here, but I don't think I quite do. This region can't gain green or blue. If I add either green or blue to it, I have problems. So the only way this region is allowed to grow is if I put a red there, but I don't immediately see a reason why that is not done, or why that is not possible. These are in the same region. Okay, is there a reason why these can't all be part of a region? And the answer is yes, I think. If these all... So if this is not gray, all of these become part of a region, which at first looks okay until you realize that the palindrome puts this cell there, which means that these two regions... would share, and they'd have to be two regions because the blue's isolated, but the two regions would share the palindrome color, which is definitely not blue, and blue. So that's not possible. So this is gray, and this region is a little itty-bitty region. These two cells need to get out because every region is at least 3 cells. So either that or that is part of it. So in fact, actually, all of these on this palindrome, this collection, these are all part of the same region. So that cell, which gets mirrored there, those two are in the same region and they're the same color. So because those two are in the same region and they're the same color, this is the same color. So I can have a separate X over here. These 3 are all the same color. I don't know what that color is yet. Maybe I actually do if I look closely enough. Because this region touches this one diagonally. And the color that these have in common is... Oh, maybe I don't know. Maybe they don't have any colors in common yet, because I don't know that yellow is going to join this. Well, this color certainly can't be yellow. It can't be yellow or purple. It could be green. Okay, it can't be yellow or purple or blue. Could it be red? Maybe it could be red. I'm not sure. And of course, one of these two is also that color. Yeah, it can't be blue because it's in a region that already has a blue block. But I'm having a little bit of trouble visualizing this. Whatever color row 13, column 5 is, it grows because either purple or yellow is one cell. Very nice. One of these is one cell, and so yeah, these are part of the same doohickey. And so beautiful. Once these are part of the same doohickey, that joins the green. And so, again, the reason why these had to be part of the same doohickey is Jay's point that purple and yellow can't both be one cell. One of them has to grow. Wait. Is that true? I think purple and yellow can both be one cell as long as this cell is red, right? I think as long as this cell is red, purple and yellow can both be one cell. Which is sad, because I really liked the point, because it was going to get us a whole giant hoop of green. Oh, sorry, right. They can't both be more than one cell. Right, okay, right. There's no way this can be one cell, because if this was one cell, then this would have to grow, at which point yellow is one cell, and we're broken. So this is never one cell. Okay, there we go. That does it. And so that does indeed now force this here, and so these greens have to connect somehow, and these greens certainly can't connect over here, so the greens are going to have to connect through here. Means that's green, means now that's gray, because otherwise I have a giant problem with greens. Very good spot, Jay. Okay, so these regions share purple, so they cannot share red. I don't think that's interesting. If this is a color, what on earth color is it? I don't even know. It's not green in any event. So green definitely doesn't go there. Let's see. Josh says row 4, column 7, due to the palindrome, can only be red. Okay, so let's go through it one at a time. So it is not green, because then I don't see why it can't be green yet. I don't see why it can't be purple either. Am I looking at the wrong cell? Those two regions already share red. Okay, it can't be purple because these regions share red. So it can't be purple, but there's no green here. So I don't see why this can't be green. Oh, the two regions on the palindrome. Right. I know these two are in different regions, and they already share red. So they can't share any other color. And so because these two are definitionally a shared color, they have to be red. Right. Okay, this is way, 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 way simpler than I was making it. Those are red. And so now, because these reds are in the same region, that's gorgeous. Okay, very cool. These reds connect over here like this. Oops, we get this this whole red Arc de Triomphe sort of thing going on. Get that. Okay. Right. Took me a bit, but I got there eventually. Okay. these cells can both be grayed now because there's a blue in here, and if either of these were anything, it would create 2 blue blocks within the region, which means that this cell is X, whatever X is. Hey, Jessica, how are you? This is a 1-cell thingy thing. Don't know how that works out just yet, but we will find out how it goes. X is purple. Why can't X be green? I had assumed X was going to be green. Okay, so World 12, column 7. People mentioned this, and I did look at it, but I could not see why it couldn't be anything. So it's not green. If it's red, then these have to connect, and then, it's red, these connect, this green has to grow. I knoweth not. Red shares red and purple. Oh, right. If this is red, then now there's 2 purple blocks in the same region. Got it. Okay, so this can't be red. Can't be green. If this is blue, I don't see immediately why it can't be blue. I do see why it can't be yellow, but it's very tricky. This can't be yellow, because if this is yellow, it will have to be of size 1, and then it will force purple to come down here, but then it has a second yellow. So this is not yellow. So it's not yellow, red, green. It's not purple, because there's already a purple. So I only need to understand why it's not blue. If it was blue, it would be of size 1, which would connect these down here. Oh, right. Okay. Right. Okay. This is very complicated. This is even more complicated than the last one. If this is blue, it's of size 1, because I can't come up here, because that would connect these 2 purples into the same region. So if this is blue, it's of size 1, which means this purple is not of size 1, it's of size at least 2. But now this yellow has to be of size at least 3, and that's never, ever, ever going to work. Proof by 5 cases, but proof by 5 cases is still a proof. So I think Jay is saying I could have made the proof if I had just done the look ahead part to start with, rather than sort of like trying to minimalize it. I could have done it with any color, because I could have just said, okay, this cell will be a 1-cell region, which will force this to be at least a 2-cell region, which will then force this to be bigger, and then it'll be a 2-cell region, and then we've broken. So yeah, if you're willing to put in enough steps, you can do it without cases, which I do prefer to the doing it with cases. Let's see. Jay Dyer says row 5, column 9. is gray. If it's not gray, then I've put purple and red diagonally touching a region with purple and red. Got it. And row 5, column 8 can only be green. Oops. Can only be green. Let's see. It's already marked. It can't be purple. And it can't be yellow. Sorry, it's already marked. It can't be red. It can't be purple. It can't be yellow. So the only options are blue and green. And then we just have to argue why it can't be blue. And it can't be blue because then it would share blue and red with this, which is certainly not allowed. So it's green. Yeah, I'm quite enjoying this puzzle. I'm not surprised at all that this was voted to be the next puzzle that we did. So this is now gray because otherwise we'd put 2 green blocks in the same region. That's not allowed. Likewise, this would still put 2 green blocks in the same region, so that's not allowed. So this is an itty-bitty region. And this can't be anything either because this would then touch red and gray, and it's not allowed to do that. Boop. Just like that. Okay. So what can these 2 cells be? So I'm just going to start with everything. So yellow, green, purple, red, blue, and then we're going to rule out the things that it can't be. So it can't be purple because that would be 2 purples touching diagonally. It can't be red because that would put red and green into adjacent districts. Wait, would it? Am I wrong? No. This doesn't touch that diagonally. Maybe it can be red. Can't be blue because if it's blue, these blues have to connect and then it becomes a blue of size 6 immediately. Right. If these are yellows, the same thing happens. If these are yellows, then the shape comes over here and grabs that yellow. That's not allowed either. So if these are both red, then it looks exactly like that. And that doesn't work because now red and yellow are in this, and we touch this diagonally, which has red and yellow. So not red either. So they are green. Which is, in our heart of hearts, what we always hoped it would be. I mean, I did see it was going to have to be this pentomino shape. I just wasn't prepared to then look at what that does to pairs of colors. But once I saw that, conveniently this blue is here that would be forced to add to it, and that would be 6, and then this yellow is, then that made me think, okay, I should really examine this last possibility and see how this is cleverly set up to force it to break. Chris, unsurprisingly, as the constructor, actually notes that no matter how you do it, once you've connected this shape, you then connect these 2 blues, which you're certainly not allowed to do. See, row 3, column 8 is gray, I am being told. Because if not, actually both of these are gray, because otherwise we add purple to this, and we can't have purple and red together because it's touching this diagonally. So these are both gray. I have no idea what's going on with this up here. This up here is just a giant mess in my brain. This is either yellow or nothing. Oh, and it can't be yellow. Right, okay. This cell is also gray, because it can't be a one-cell thing, because there's already a one-cell thing. So if it's anything, it's yellow. But that would be sharing yellow and red with this diagonal, with not allowed to do that. So that's gray. So this turned out to be a 6-cell region. Okay, so if this is not green, I am being told there's a problem. So we share blue with this over here. So let's just, I guess, do the same thing we did before. Let's put in all 5 and let's argue one by one that they don't work. So it can't be blue. There's already a blue block in my region. It can't be red because then they would share both. If this is yellow, this is a yellow block that touches another yellow block, so that's not allowed. So it is purple or green. Oh, and if it's purple that touches a purple block. I think I just need to be more willing to just dump all 5 colors in something, because once you dump all 5 colors in it, then it becomes a little bit easier to sort of just go through the arguments one by one. Otherwise, I lose track of what I've actually proven. Oops. I think I had this line going one too many steps down. These were obviously not part of the same region. Okay. Does this break the second these join? Unfortunately, I don't think so. I'm glad you're having a good fiancé moment, Derek. Okay, well, we're making lots of progress. This blue can't go down anymore. Because if this blue went down, then we would now share red and blue with this. So this blue is done. And now we just have to argue that I can't throw another color in here. So this can't be yellow, because then I'd share yellow and red with this region. And it can't be purple, because then I would share red and purple with this region. So this cell is just gray. So we finished this region now. I love how this ambiguity has just been here this whole time. Don't understand why blue couldn't go down. Why did I think blue couldn't go down? I don't know why I suddenly thought blue couldn't go down. It is a mystery to me for sure. Row 1, column 4 is gray? I don't know. I was unable to prove that row 1, column 4 is gray, but perhaps you can. Yeah, I think I looked at the wrong... I think I confused myself somehow. I should maybe look at these two connecting to those two, but I don't know. Seems like a bit of a mess, if I'm honest. This has got to be something. I mean, it wants to be red, but who knows? One of these 2 cells is green, I know. Is there a reason this one can't be green? 1, 2, 3, 4. If this was green, it would make that green, which would make that green, would make this a set of 4 greens. But this region doesn't touch anything yet, so who knows? I do see that, like, if this cell is part of a region, it's going to connect to this morass, but I don't know exactly how this morass is going to get sorted out yet. Let's see. Okay, let's look at this whole mess. This whole mess already has red, yellow, and blue. It seems like this is really in danger of blowing up. Like, if this... Right, okay. This already has red, yellow, and blue. It cannot take another color. No, it can. Darn it. No, it can take one more color. It can't take both more colors, but it can take one more color. So it can't. So this cell is gray, because if this cell were not gray, it would take five. It would take 5 colors. This region would have all 5 colors in it, which is fine, except it touches this region diagonally, and now this region would have to have only 1 color, which is specifically not allowed by the rules. So I definitely can't take that cell. Let's see. I would like to I would like to do more. But sadly, I think I could take green. And to be okay. Yeah, I don't immediately see, unless I'm supposed to be, like, doing a careful counting argument here, I don't see anything wrong immediately with coming to these other places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is an 8-long palindrome. Oh, is the point that these two cells are the same color? I think that's probably the point. So these two cells are the same color by palindromenicity. And so because these are the same color, this has to also be that color. I can't sort of like connect them around. 5 is not enough for that. Note, these X's are different from these X's. I mean, they might be the same, but they're probably different. And so... and so these two are also the same. That's the point. These two are also the same, and they're in the same region. They must be X. Because they can't be blue, because then that would make blue size 5. So these are also X. And that finishes the X block. And X is not blue or red or yellow. So X is green or purple. Okay, X is green or purple. So that's the point. Is this is the 4th color, and so I can't connect here. So these are green or purple. I don't know which, but it doesn't matter actually. Because if I join to this region, this becomes green, but now I have all 5 colors, and I can't possibly touch this, even though I do. So these are both gray. That's going to go up like that. And now that I know... This is also gray. Oops, sorry. This is also gray for the same reason. But now these are in different regions, and as soon as these are in different regions, these two share blue, so they can't also share purple, so this is not purple, it is green. So we have discovered the identity of this X. Did I actually know that this purple didn't go up? I don't think I knew that this purple didn't go up. I think I just invented that. I mean, it can't go up 2. I guess I know that. Oh, I guess I do know this purple can't go up. I don't think I proved it before, but if this purple goes up, it has to go up again, and then it's of size 6. So this purple's done. I don't think I proved it, but it's true. So I absolutely can't add purple to this region. This region already has 4 colors. It cannot have a 5th. So these are both gray. This purple does have to join a region, though. So it's going to come here, and it's going to come here. And now that says this is gray, because, again, purple can't be part of it. Purple is not allowed to play along. This has to be gray, because otherwise I'd have 2 green blocks in the same region. This needs to be yellow, because the yellows need to connect. And so as soon as that's yellow, then that's yellow. Now, I can't have 2 yellow thingies in this thingy, so that's got to be gray. This is either yellow or blue. Okay. So here's a clever observation, I think. If this is blue, red is broken. Because if this is blue, blue is of size 2, and then red and yellow are forced to both be of size 3. That doesn't work. So this is not blue. And so now it has to be yellow to avoid repeating a size. That's very cute. It's a very well-constructed puzzle. Has Simon done one of these yet? Uncracking the Cryptic, it strikes me as something that Simon would very much enjoy. This has to be gray, because otherwise both sides of the palindrome are in the same region, and I'm not allowed to do that. This has to be something, and the only something it can be is red. That's probably the easier way to do it. Okay. Now, all the X's are part of one color, so this is a one size thing of the other color. Okay. One of these is purple. I don't think I know which one yet. I didn't mirror that yellow. This now has to be gray, because otherwise I connect these 2 yellows in an unpleasant way. Which actually pushes this yellow back here, because now this yellow needs a friend. So that is yellow, finishing this region. This purple has to get out now, so it's going to join this. But the purple can't go down. And this can't be anything, because it would join the purple to a purple, and in a way that is, again, untoward, so not allowed. So if this cell was purple, I would have 2 blocks of size 2. I can't do that, so this is yellow, and then this region's done. So hopefully this works out. Whoop, and whoop. So we've got all of that going on. Trying to figure out how on earth we're ever going to figure out which way this coloring goes. Because one of them is purple, but how do I know which one, or... How do I know which one is purple? I don't know. Oh! That's how. By using the palindrome. Yes, see, I told you I would completely forget about the palindrome. So that one is red, and so this one is purple. It was easier than I thought it was going to be. Ta-da! That region is done. You can now clap. Alrighty, so we've got all of that who's a what's it. So easy to forget about palindromes. I don't know why, but it is just so easy to completely disregard them. If you want the cheap version of writing a solution guide, you can just send them a link to someone solving it. I've often done that. Since this is unique enough, I would do my best to send them some way to resolve it if they get stuck. Okay, so if this cell is not green, what color is it? If this cell's not green, it's purple, I guess, because of the fact that I can't repeat a color in this gigantic region, which has everything. So this is green or purple. Do I want to mark that this is green or purple so that I know that this is green or purple? That doesn't sound like the kind of thing that would be good for my health. That's the point. That's the point. This is gray. That's going to do it for me. Because this is gray, because otherwise I've got green and blue hanging out together, touching green and blue, and that's, again, not allowed. And so now this has to finish. Oops, this has to finish. Because I need a second color in here, because my region can't have only one block. And that color has to be purple, because that's the only thing that doesn't repeat. Okay, so now, let's not forget, this whole thing is a region. And the color shared between this region and this little itty-bitty region is purple. So there's no green in here. And the color shared between this and the region to its north is blue. So there is no green, red, or yellow in here. So if these cells are all not green, red, or yellow, they are all purple or blue. And so this is purple or blue. Now, blue can't make it further than here. In fact, actually, I know these two cells are different colors, and so that actually does the entire coloring for me. Because if these are different colors, these are all blue, and these are both purple. And so we get all of that. Kurobon all over that. I bet Kurobon said it before I saw it, but I didn't see Kurobon say it until after I saw it. This now touches that diagonally, so it can't be blue. Oh, did I fill in some palindrome cells? Oh, I just argued that this thing on the opposite side of purple from a palindrome was purple. How about I do it this way? So purple is here. The bet cell is blue. So congratulations if you bet blue. If you bet blue, you are the big winner on The Price is Right this time. Okay. So these greens, I know, connect. Yeah, this is a little more complicated than I was thinking it was going to be. What is this? So this region already has red and purple. Reflect purple. Didn't I reflect? Am I still missing reflecting? I might still be missing reflecting. Okay. These two are the same color. So they're either green or they're in different regions. there a way to know which one? I'm not sure. These blues I know are in the same block. This cell is yellow or nothing. Okay, so let's just write in all the possibilities for this again. Okay. This cannot be red. Oh, wait, maybe it can be red. Well, it can't be blue, because it touches blue diagonally. It can't be purple, because there's already a purple block in the same region. If it's not green... If it's not green, it breaks. Because if it's not green, then the greens connect here, but that makes these the same color. So this is, I think this is a version of J40's argument from before. These two are the same color. If that color is not green, maybe it was Chris's argument earlier. These two are the same color. If it's not green, the greens connect, putting these two in different blocks in the same region. So these are green, is the point. They're not yellow or red. And so that's green. So that doesn't have to be green, actually. No, it does have to be green, because otherwise I've got two green blocks that touch diagonally, and that's against the rules. Okay, so I think we get a 5-cell green hootenanny out of that. Okay. This now can't be anything, because if this is something, I add blue to this region that already has purple, and it touches this region that has purple and blue. So this is now gray, and this is now gray for exactly the same reason. I said it's gray, and then I did not fill in that it's gray. Either of these would add blue to a region that's not allowed to have blue. So would that. So these blues connect over here, because these blues have to be part of the same block. Funnily enough, if this yellow comes up, it has to also go down, because I can't have two size 2 blocks, and then that adds in the blue. So this yellow can't go up. Oops. This can't be red either, because if this cell was red, then now this yellow has to be of size more than 1, because it's in a region with something of size 1 already. And so then that also joins the blue. And so now this can't be anything, because it would be a size 1 block in a region that already has a size 1 block. So now this yellow needs to be... The region that contains this yellow needs to go down, but then it needs to join this other yellow, because otherwise I have a thing. Otherwise, I have 2 yellow blocks in the same region. Okay, so draw that in, draw that in. Blue can't, or this region can't come here, because then blue joins blue, and I have 2 blue blocks in the same region. So that is not allowed. Likewise, this has to be gray, because if this wasn't gray, again, this is in this region, and so, again, I can't have a second blue block, so that is gray. This needs to connect down now. Oh, no, it doesn't. Sorry. Don't listen to me. Hey, Niverio, how are you? I'm doing pretty well. I'm happy I almost have my latest puzzle finally wrangled into shape. It's been a bit of a nightmare, as my setting has tended to be lately. Okay, this cell is the same color as that cell. Okay, so this can't be green. 4 totally normal cat puzzles. 4 totally normal cat puzzles is a lot of totally normal cat puzzles. Okay, so let's fill in our options, and then let's just eliminate stuff. So definitely not green, because it would create a second green in this whole thing. Can I eliminate anything else? It can't be yellow, because it would create a second yellow block over in this region. If it's purple... If it's purple, that might be okay. If it's blue, it might be okay. Unfortunately, if it's red, it might also be okay. Okay, what about these two? These two... Okay, so let's just write in all the possibilities again. These two can't be yellow, because then they'd share yellow and blue. And I guess it's important that these two are different. These two are in the same region. There we go. Okay, Jay has it. These two are in the same region, because just look at them. They're in the same region. So they also have to be in the same block. And the only way that they're in the same block is if they are green. So they are not blue or red or purple. Excuse me. So this blue block is done. I've got all of that. Okay. At least one of these two cells is gray. Oh, sorry, exactly one of these two cells is gray. I don't think I know which one. But if they were both non-gray, of course, we would connect these beasts. I kind of want to have a cute little purple region like that, but or a little purple block like that, but I don't know. I don't quite see it yet. Okay, I'm trying to piece this together. Row 15, column 10. Has to be in one of the regions to the left or the right. If it went left, you'd have purple and blue shared at the same time. Right. If this goes left at all, if this cell is not gray, then all of this is now in a region that has blue and purple and touches a region that has blue and purple. That's not possible. So this is gray. Great spot to J. And so now this purple does have to be part of that purple. So these purples connect across. Now, I know these can't both be of size 4. So one of these is of size 5. Oh, this has got to be some color. Let's think about what color this is. It's certainly not blue, because it's in a region that already has a blue. It can't be yellow because then these two regions would share blue and yellow. It can't be purple because then these two regions would share blue and purple. Oh, right. Jay observes the critical thing. There's a one-cell block already, so this can't be a one-cell block. Okay, so that finishes this block. Let's see. Out of 11 says if row 15, column 7... Oops. Wrong tool. If row 15, column 7 is blue... No, that's not row 15, column 7. If row 15, column 7 is blue, it has to connect left, and then both regions have a blue and a green. Right. If this is blue, it can't go here, because that puts two blue blocks in the same region, so blue goes here, but now blue and green overlap. So this is not blue. Okay, that's... Oops. This is not blue. Excellent. Row 15, column 8 is gray because of the palindrome. I don't see why, because this region isn't repeating anything with... like, these are already disconnected. Oh, wait, no. Okay, I see it now. If this is in, then whatever color this is repeats in addition to blue, because this isn't blue anymore. That's the point. So if this is not gray, then these regions, that one and this one, they share both blue and this color, and that's not allowed. So this is gray. Great spot there to add 11. It took me a while to comprehend it, but there we go. Okay, and so this comes over to here. So now if I add red to this, let's look closely. If I add red to this assortment of nonsense, right, I cannot add red to this assortment of nonsense. Because if I add red to this assortment of nonsenses, then these two share both red and green. So it can't be red. So these indeed are purple. And so... purple is done at 5 cells, so blue is done at 5 cells. Yellow is done at 3 cells, because we already have a 4 and a 5. This, if it wants to be anything, can only be 1 cell, but that would have to be green or red. It can't be green because of this region. And it can't be red because of this region. So this is gray. Okay, so now this region has 2 purples in it. Those purples have to be part of the same block, so those purples connect around like that. Now, purple has size 4 by force, so green has to have size 5. So green finishes like that. Now, no touchy. This is gray. No touchy again. There's a purple up here that can't connect to the purple down here. So no touchy. That goes there. Now this is finally gray. Because of... otherwise I'd have 2 greens in the same region. 2 green blocks in the same region. That's not allowed. And... that is, I think, the final answer to the puzzle. Hooray. That was quite epic. Yeah, I I really enjoyed that, and the suspense around this area at the end was kind of amazing, because I really thought this. Oh, I'm missing a line. Please let me know if I'm missing any other lines. That's probably why answer check hasn't popped. But yeah, I really thought this was all going to resolve pretty early, because we got most of it early, but then in the end, it took until the very, very, very end. It took until this purple becoming a size 4 region to finally conclude everything. That was very cool. Well done again, Crispy. I really enjoyed that. And I mean, I think it takes something very special to basically create a new puzzle genre, and I think this is a worthy new puzzle genre. Alrighty, I'm going to take a quick break, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to do another puzzle, and we'll see. Maybe it'll be the last puzzle of the night, depending if it's as long as this puzzle or not. Oh, good luck with a screaming infant. That sounds unfun. But hopefully you had fun watching it solved. I know it's always an interesting experience to watch someone else solve your baby. But go take care of the actual baby. And I will pick out another puzzle, and then we'll be back. welcome back, everyone. I saw Niverio was here, and I know Niverio recently finished his exams, right? Are your exams officially over, Niverio? If so, hopefully having this solve will be a good reward for finishing your exams. Let's see. So this is an arrow puzzle. Arrow puzzles are both cool and terrifying at the same time. If you've not seen it before, the way an arrow works is that the circle tells you the sum of the digits on the arrow. So there's really only two kinds of arrows here. Hey, Franco, how are you? There's ones of length 2 like this, so this could be 2 plus 4 is 6. And length 1 arrows like this, so the sum of this cell is 6, so this cell has to be a 6. That's it. That's the rules. So we get to try and figure out how on earth we're going to make sense of this. It's probably going to involve the fact that I can look at lots of cells like this pair, or this pair, and sort of say, okay, this pair. Okay, so let me just start. I don't know if this is going to work, but these two are the same digit, so I'm making them both yellow. And yellow over in this box goes over here somewhere. Of course, it would be nice if yellow went in the circle, but who knows if it does or not. I do not know. But that looks suspicious to me. But this pattern repeats itself. So these two, I'm going to make those green. And I'm going to note green and yellow are not the same because they appear in the same box. Green appears up here somewhere. And so green's also on this arrow. Green's definitely not there, actually. Because if green was here, then it would mirror itself into here, where it would see green. And in fact, this is another pair. Let's make this purple. Purple gets mirrored over down here. For exactly the same reason, purple can't be here, because it would get remirrored there. And so that actually makes purple more interesting. Because purple is the sum of two digits, but then it appears on this arrow. So this digit's at least 3, which means this digit's at least 4, I suppose, technically. And do note, again, because of this column, I do know green, yellow, and purple are all different. I don't have to worry that somehow green is yellow or something. None of that is a problem. Got this. Okay, so these two I also know are not either of these things. So let's make those blue. No, not blue. Red. Let's make those red. And where does red go? Red goes up here somewhere. But notably, red can't go here either, because that cell's purple, and purple and red are different. So in fact, actually, red goes there. Oh yeah, do you have a suggestion on a bet cell? So in fact, actually, well, those ended up not how I wanted them. I know that this is red or green, because it gets mirrored there. Row 8, column 9. So this is your bet cell. Please take a gamble as to what color... Please take a gamble as to what color you believe this cell will be at the conclusion of the puzzle. Blue 4. Good. Color and number, please. Gotta increase the house odds a bit. Okay. So purple is smaller than red is the key thing. So purple is smaller than red because purple appears on a red arrow. Unfortunately, that doesn't quite tell me what's going on here. I was hoping that would be the other way, and that would tell me which way this arrow goes, but I don't think it does. I have bad news about your yellow bet, Liz. If purple is less than red, then row 1, column 3 must be green. Oh, right. Okay, I see it. Okay, I see the clever way to do this. Okay, so there's two possible universes here. One of them is that this is red. This is the wrong universe. Why is this the wrong universe? Because here I have red is equal to purple plus green. Here I have red is equal to purple plus, and then the question is what goes with it? Well, the answer would be green, except it can't be green. So it's not that way, it's the other way. This isn't red, this is green. So green is red plus purple. This is just green. Now, so green is red plus purple. And red is purple plus... Oh, and purple is the sum of these two. Okay, so now... purple is the sum of these two. And so green is actually the sum of these three cells. And so the point of that is green is the sum of three different digits. And when I talk about arrows next week, the first thing I'm going to say is that whenever you're doing an arrow puzzle, the first thing you look for is 3-cell arrows, because 3-cell arrows are what arrow puzzles are all about. And when you look at this grid, it's a bit upsetting because there are no 3-cell arrows. But what Niverio has done here is to create a secret 3-cell arrow. And so the secret 3-cell arrow here is this digit is 6789. So this is 6789. So that's cool. The important thing here is I created this by not using repeats. Okay. So purple is at least 3. And even if purple is 3, then purple is 1 plus 2, and so then this is 1 plus 2 plus 3. But now this can't be 1, 2, or 3. And so this number is... and so the sum of these is at least bigger than 6. Let's see, what's the elegant way to say this? I guess here's the elegant way to say this. These 3 cells sum to green. If green is 6, these 3 cells are 1, 2, 3. But if these 3 cells are 1, 2, 3, how on earth is that going to work? Granted that I need to write the sum of the digits here and here. Well, that's not going to work. It's really not an elegant way to say this that I can find. I mean, it's obvious to me these can't be 1, 2, 3, but I'm having a hard time figuring out how to articulate that these are definitely not 1, 2, 3. Because if Red is greater than purple. Yeah, red is greater than purple, right. Red is greater than purple. There we go. Red is greater than purple, and purple is at least 3. Totally Normal Cat has the nice way. So these could be 3 and 4, but that's the minimum. So green is nowhere equal to 6. There we go. Okay. Okay. So purple, remember, is the sum of these two cells. Red is actually the sum of these two cells. And so it kind of looks like this thing is the sum of 4 different digits, but it can't be the sum of 4 different digits. There has to be a repeat between this and this. Because these 4 cells that I have highlighted, they sum to green. And so they have to have a repeat, because if they didn't, they'd be min 10. And so that repeat is whatever color is over here that's not purple. Let's give that color a name as well. So instead of gray, I'm just going to name the other digit that's here blue. And so blue is also on this arrow. And again, blue is not any of the extant colors. Now, there can't be 2 repeats. Let me think about this, and then I'll get to Jay's point. There can't be 2 repeats, right? Because if there were 2 repeats between these, that would be saying these are the same. That would be saying red and purple are the same. Red and purple are not the same. So this has some other digit on it that is not yet named. Let's make that orange. Okay. So the reason for all of this is that green is now blue plus purple plus orange. But purple itself is blue plus orange. So green is, let's do this carefully, green is blue plus, it's blue plus whatever purple is, which is blue plus orange. Sorry, I'm having a hard time saying this in my head. I get 3 blues out of this, right? Because I get a blue here, that's 2 blues, but this purple I'm going to rewrite as a blue and an orange. So let's see if I do this correctly. I replace, so I've got 2 blues plus orange plus purple. Okay, I need to write this down in front of me. Sorry, I will say this out loud, but I need to write it down in front of me because I just can't keep this in my head at the same time. It's not a Niverio puzzle if you don't need paper. So it's blue plus orange plus blue plus purple. But purple is blue plus orange. So this is blue plus orange plus blue plus orange. And that is 3 times blue plus 2 times orange. Okay. 3 blue, 2 orange. Yes, that is a famous math channel on YouTube. So 3 times blue plus 2 times orange. Okay, and so minimum, I guess, I guess this would be 5. Well, certainly this is not 5. Hey, Christian. maybe this was not useful. This sounded very useful in my head, but it's possible it is not at all useful. I'm willing to believe that it is not at all useful. Uh, okay, so we're going to just completely ignore this and assume that this is worthless. And then we're going to note where green goes in box 8. Green goes on an arrow, so green is not 9. Is Jay's point, I assume, because Jay asked about box 8. So green can't be 9 anymore, so green can only be 7 or 8. Why can't blue be 2 and orange be 1? Blue is certainly no larger than 2. So blue is 1 or 2. Orange now is at most 3. So blue and orange are from 1, 2, 3. So this is from 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so purple can only be 3 or 4. That's certainly true. Because I certainly can't take orange to be 3 and blue to be 2. That's too much. That's 6 plus 6, that's 12. So this is only 3 or 4. So that's 3 or 4. And Tallcat says purple is less than red. So that's actually very big, because now this is 4 or 5. So this is 4 or 5, 4 or 5. Oh, right. Green can't be 9, so orange can't be 3. That's a good point. So remember, green is 3 times blue plus 2 times orange. If orange is 3, 2 times orange is 6, plus 3 times blue is minimum 3. So yeah, so orange actually can't be 3, right? So blue and orange are a 1-2 pair. That is the point. Okay. So I think we actually, at the end of the day, despite Niverio's best efforts, I think we actually got somewhere by doing algebra. So, because now this 1-2 actually tells us that purple is 3. And so I think that we actually have proven something valuable. So, we get to have our patented 3 dance. So perhaps by sort of continuing through this color, we have done this. Okay. So we will do the patented 3 dance. Whoop, 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 whoop. I mean, it seemed like this had to be what you were doing, because the entire grid was set up this way. But chat was very bent on doing something else. So I just wanted to follow it a little bit. Woo! Thank you, Zach. Okay. So, purple is 3. One of these is 3. These are from 1, 2, 3, of course. No, 1, 2, 3, 4? 1, 2... No. Yeah, one of these is 3. So these are from 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Okay, so now what do we do with this 1, 2 pair? We need to look at where orange goes. Orange goes over here somewhere. That's not immediately useful. Do I have more things I can reflect? I have this pair, but I don't think that is useful in any way. I don't think yellow is super useful yet. I guess I know yellow isn't any of the existing colors. I guess I know yellow is at least 4, but that's not impressive because yellow is over here as a sum of things. I know green is in here, so I know 1 and 2 are in here. Or sorry, one or at least one of 1 or 2 is in here. Let's see, I'm hearing row 5, column 6 is one of red or green. Oh, by asking where it is in box 4? Yeah, so this thing in box 4... Right, because this is the same as this. That's right. Okay, right. These two are the same, so they're either 1 or 2, which they're not, because this is a sum of 2 digits, or it's red, or it's green. So this is red or green, and they're the same, of course. Got it. So that was a useful way to use this this arrow. Arrow of samenessness. I'd love to rule out that it's red, but I don't immediately see how to rule out that it's red. I do see, like, this alignment is interesting in the column, plus this. But it's not quite set up in any way to be super useful. Yeah, so if this is red, then this is green, is Kurabon's point. Okay. That does something. So where does green go in this box? Either this cell is green, or green goes here. So green's not on this arrow. Green is on this arrow. That's gorgeous. And so now this is green and a 1 or 2. So it is green and blue or orange. So this is a 1 or 2 and a 7 or 8. Oh, hey, Jenna. I'm glad to hear that you enjoy the channel. So yellow is 8 or 9. Yeah, I'm used to Rangsk being the one who gets all of the shout-out requests. It is new. I think this is my first requested shout-out. So now that yellow is 8 or 9... It's interesting. Yellow being 8 or 9 makes me, of course, really want to put it here. If yellow is 8, then this is 9. And this is a 1-8 pair. Maybe I have arrived. Maybe this is what making it feels like. It would break row 7. Oh, good point from Rangsk. This sum is always 8 or 9 regardless, because either yellow goes here or yellow goes on the arrow, in which case this is 8 or 9. Tallcat sees a problem with this being 189, because it breaks row 7 if this is 189 for some reason. I don't see it yet, I'm afraid. Oh, if this is 189, something goes wrong? If this is 189, it breaks row 7? So if this is 189, then, in particular, yellow is 9. This is 9. And then this is a green and a orange, blue. Oh, okay. So here's the point. Wow, that's complicated. Okay. So there's an orange or blue on here. Where does it go in row 7? This is really Tallcat's question. Where does the orange or blue that's on here go in row 7? That's the succinct way to say it, I think. And the answer is it can't go here because there's an orange-blue pair looking at this cell. It's not either of these. It can't go here because it's in the box. So it goes on this arrow. But if I look at it, it can't go with green. Because if it went with green, because green is what it goes with to make yellow. So the orange or blue actually goes here with yellow. So I think Tallcat's point is this isn't yellow. Because if this is yellow, it has the same digit on here. It would need to have both of the same digits on here, and it can't. So this cell's not yellow. So yellow is actually over here with the orange and green. And so yellow is 8. Because it's on an arrow, which makes green 7. Hey, ThoughtBite, yeah, that is very cool. So this is a 1-8. This is a 9. And so this is now a 1-7. Glorious, truly glorious. So this is not 1-8 or 2-7. It is 3-6 or 4-5. Red, I can fill in. Red is 4, because red plus 3 is 7. So red is 4. So 4 and 4. So this arrow can't be red anymore, because if this were red, this would need to be 1-3, and it can't, because neither of them can be 1. So this is green, not red. And so in particular, it's 7. So this is either 2-5 or 3-4. I regard that with suspicion, but I don't know yet. This I'm noticing is at most 6, which is interesting, because it sees 7, 8, 9. It's at most 6, but it's at least 3. So this is either a 3 or a 5 or a 6. Seems tricky, but we'll figure it out. 4 is 1 plus 3. That's another good fact to know. Blue and orange are 1 and 2. Orange is 1. Yeah, orange is 1 over here. Right. Blue is the one that's 1, so this is not orange. Blue is the one that's 1 because it's on both of these. Is Tristan's point. And yeah, blue is over here, so I can properly color that, which was bugging me. Okay. So let's fill in the rest of this column because it seems ridiculous not to. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 5, 6, and 9 into the column. Did precious little, actually. Oh, this isn't a 9. That does something. Oh, 9's actually placed in box 8. Very good spot. 9 in box 8 goes here. If this were 3, these would be 1 and 2. That seems okay, unfortunately. At least as far as I'm willing to chase it at the moment. 9 looks up into box 5. 9 not in any of those places. So the point is 9 is in one of these 2 cells in box 5. I agree with that. So 9 is in one of these 3 cells over here. Where's 4 in box 8? Beautiful spot to SPQ. 4 in box 8 needs to go here. So this is a 4, 5. So that's not a 5 anymore. It's a 3 or a 6. So where does 5 go in this row? 5 in this row now has to go here. So that is not a 5, and that is not a 5. These are from 2, 3, 6. Whereas 8 in box 5 is now being asked. 8 can't go in a 7 arrow, it can't go in a 3 or 6 arrow, and it can't go in a column with an 8. So none of those are 8. So 8 joins its friend, the 9, making an 8-9 pair. So if I write in what's left, it's all little stuff. So I still need a 1, 2, 3. I've got a 4 and a 5. I need a 6, and I've got a 7, 8, 9. So these are from 1, 2, 3, 6. So this can't be a 3. Unfortunately, I guess this can be can't be a 3. Could it be a 4? Yes, if it's 1, 3. Could it be a 5? Yes, if it's 2, 3. Could it be a 6? No. Could it be a 7? No. Could it be an 8? Yes, if it's 2, 6. Can it be a 9? No. So this is 4, 5, or 8. This isn't a 3, by the way. Where is 6 in box 5 has been asked. 6 is not in any of those spots. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, 6 can't go on the 7 arrow, because it would have to go with a 1. 6 can't go on an arrow that sums to at most 6. So 6, in fact, goes in one of these 2 places, which does resolve that that's a 3. Gorgeous. Those are 3. That's a 1, 2. And so now if I look over into this box, that's a 1, 2. So these are blue, orange. These are blue, orange. Now the 7 arrow is fixed, so it has to be 3, 4. 3, 4. I don't know where the 8 came from. And so now these digits are a 6 and a something of unknown specificity. And a 5, I think. I think they're a 5 and a 6. So these digits are a 1. No, yeah, they're a 1, a 2. Let's see, we've got a 3. We need a 4. We've got a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, yeah, these are from 1, 2, 4. One of them is definitely a 1 or a 2. That doesn't help. Even better. This 1, 7 looks at this cell. So this is a 2 and a 1, and a 2 and a 1, and we can fix our coloring, because blue is the 1. So this is not blue, this is not orange, this is not blue, this is not orange. Fantastic. In box 8, 3 is purple. Right. So I can place purple in box 5, is what Tristan is saying. Oh, and so I can place red in box 5, because red is 1 of 3 and 4, and we know it's not this one, because red and purple are different. So this is red. So Tristan's point is very good. One of these two is red. Let's see. 2 in box 5 looks down here and makes this a 6, which regrettably does not have a color. So that makes this orange, which makes it a 2, I want to say. So none of these are 2. So let's see, does that kill anything here? Yes, it makes it impossible for this to be an 8, and it also makes it impossible for this to be a 5. So in fact, this is a red. With a 1-3 pair up there, making this a 6. Oh, the 3 in box 8 is purple. Good. One of these is purple, but I don't know which one yet. Oh, I know these aren't 1, though, because there's a 1 in the box. 1 is blue also, so they're definitely not blue. Let's see, what is left in this box, then? Oh, I can fill in this 4. I don't know why I didn't. So these are a... let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I need a 5. We got a 6, 7. We need an 8 and a 9. It's being pointed out that red's actually placed in this box, because, again, red is 1 of 2 and 4, but it's not that one, so it's that one, is chat's point. Well spotted to chat. So now, again, you could do the same thing with orange. Orange is 1 of 2 and 4, but it's not that one, because orange and red are different. So that's orange. So let's see. I know one of these two is a 9, but I don't think I know which one yet. Do I need to give 6 a color? Would giving 6 a color help? Let's see. So let's see. 3, 4, 4, 2. I mean, people are really here for the colors, right? I believe. Let's see. Martin says 1 X-Wing in columns 8 and 9. Yes, puts a 1 on the arrow. Good point. So the 1 in columns 8 and 9, one of them is on this arrow, one of them is in this sort of useless pair. And so the other one goes up here on this arrow. But now these ones align and say there's a 1 over here somewhere. But it's not here because there's a 1 in this column. So in fact, this cell is blue. So we can blue that cell. Oops, sorry, blue the cell. Okay, and so could this be 1 plus 2 making 3? Possibly. Could it be 1 plus 3 making 4? No. Could it be 1 plus 4 making 5? No. Could it be 1 plus 5 making 6? Maybe. Could it be 1 plus 6 making 7? No. Could it be 1 plus 7 making 8? No. Could it be 1 plus 8 making 9? Maybe. So, strangely, we learned that this cell is always a multiple of 3. I don't know if there's a really convoluted way to see that or not, but it's true. Okay, so we should do the same thing for box 1 arrow, I am being told. So this could be a... No, it can't be a 2 with a 3. It can't be a 3 with a 4. It can't be a 4 with a 5. It could be a 5 with a 6. It can't be a 6 with a 7. It can't be a 7 with an 8. And it could be an 8 with a 9. Well spotted. I did not take the full stream on the crispy puzzle. I mean, it was close. It was a little touch and go there. Is 2 on the box 3 arrow. Could be. There could be 1, 2, making this a 3, I think. I don't think I know a way to answer that. It sounds like you might know the answer. How does 9 not have a color? It feels unfair to 9. Let's see. This has to be at least 5, because it's a sum of 2 digits that don't include a 1. So this is a 5, 6, or a 7, but it's not an 8 or a 9. Let's see, if this is a 5, this would be 2, 3. If this was a 6, it would be 2, 4. And if this is a 7, it would have options, I suppose. Where is the 2 in box 1? In one of these 2 places. Where is the 2 in box 7? I'm now being asked. The 2 in box 7 is in one of these 2 cells. Got it. Okay. I should have filled out box 7, is what people are pointing out. Okay. So I need a 2. Let's see. We've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. In particular, that's a 2, 6, 9 triple is really what people are saying in as many words. So now I can fill out these cells. They are a... let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I still need a 5. We've got 6 and 7. I still need an 8. And then I've got a 9. So these are a 5, 8 pair, which is really weird because it gives me a 5, 8 pair in the row here, which makes this a 9. But also, there's an orange here. And so orange in this box can only go here because by orange doku, orange is placed here. So that's orange, is what people are excited about. So that's not a 2. That's a 2. Let's see. Again, 9 doesn't do any. 9 doesn't get a color in this puzzle. For whatever mysterious reason, I don't know. The 5-8 pair continues looking right, even past its own box, apparently, according to some sources. So this is a 1 or a 2. Let's see. This is a 6 or a 9, but it's not a 6. So this is the uncolored 9. This is the uncolored 6. Some digits had some really unfortunate times in this puzzle with their coloring. No 6 goes over here, so this is a 3 or a 9. Let's see. So this is never a 5 in particular, because 5 plus 1 or 2 does not equal 3 or 9. So that's not a 5. This is a 1 or an 8. Let's see. So there's always a 1 on this arrow, and then it's either a 1 with a 2 to make 3, or a 1 with an 8 to make 9. Okay. What are these digits, I guess, is the next question. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We need a 5. We've got 6. We need a 7 and an 8. And then we've got a 9. So these are from 5, 7, 8. Oh, people would like me to solve the equation. I'll get out some paper. We can see if we can solve this. 6 equals what plus 1? Proof by cases. If I put an 8 here, 8 plus 1 is 9. That doesn't work. So this has to be a 5 and an 8. So that makes that a 5. Still none of these. Oh, 8 gets a color. 8 is yellow. 8 was one of the good digits this puzzle. So we should make sure we reward it appropriately. Yeah, so there are only 3 digits that don't get colors, even though seemingly the uncolored digits are everywhere. So what are these digits? I should know, because that's going to do a lot. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need 6. We've got a 7. We need an 8. So these are 6 and 8. This being a 6-8 pair makes this a 9. Makes that a 6. Makes these not 6. They're a 2-9 pair. And that 9 actually looks left and makes this orange, and this distinctly not orange. Okay, this looks wrong. This is too many digits. It's too many digits because there's a 9 there, making that yellow. That not yellow. So not yellow. Making this yellow. Making that a 5 and a 6. Okay, and we know it's good because we have 6 colored cells in this box, and in this box, and in this box. At the end of the puzzle, we should have 6 colored cells in every box. That's how we knew we did it right. And so, orange in box 9. Orange in box 9 is in one of these 2 cells. So we'll use Rangsk's point there. So these cells I can actually write out. If it's so this is a 2 with a 3 if it's adding to 5, a 4 if it's adding to 6, and a 5 if it's adding to 7. So these are from 2, 3, 4, 5. That one's not a 4. I thought that would do something cooler, I'm going to be honest. I was very hopeful. I should fill in these digits. Let's fill in these digits. This will probably help. Oh, there's a 6 in the row. That probably helps. That's not a 6, so that's not a 4. Unfortunately, that just let me remove 4 twice. Let's see. Let's fill these in. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are from 4, 6, 9, meaning that's a 6. These are not a 6. These are... Let's see, we've got 1, 2. We need a 3. Oops. Need a 3. We've got a 4. Need a 5. Got a 6 and a 7. We need an 8. 3, 5, and 8. Going on over here. Rangsk is doing fancy stuff and noticing actually there's always a 5 involved in here. Because either this is a 5, in which case there's a 5 involved, or it's a 7, in which case it's 2 plus 5. So Rangsk's observation is that there's always a 5, so this can't be a 5. Or Tristan's way of saying it is that you get a 1, 2, 3, 5, 7 quintuple in the row, making this a 4. Or another way to say it, which is the way Ambrose says it, is that if you ask where 4 goes in row 9, you only get one answer, which is there. So take all of those arguments and take your favorite one. The point is that this cell is red. And so this is a 5. That was a very cool, what's it? That was a very cool deduction, that was spotted in many cool ways. Yes, the three parallel solve paths that are all very distinct, and not at all exactly the same thing said in slightly different ways, is a very impressive feat. So what are these digits? They seem to be from 1, 2, 3, and 6. And they're not 1, because there's a 1 in the box already. So these are from 2, 3, 6. And so now that I've written in that these are 2, 3, 6, I see what people have been saying, which is that if I make this arrow a 1, 2 arrow, that makes this a 1, 2, 3. That makes both of these digits 6. Which is not so good. So I can't make this a 1, 2, 3. So that means this has to be a 9, meaning I need a yellow and a blue. I'm not getting there without both a yellow and a blue, is the point. And so now my blue goes here, and now this cell out of nowhere is purple. So we can do that. And so this cell's now yellow, finishing this box's 6 colored cells. These are not purple. Sorry, these are not purple. So purple, where does purple go in box 3? Purple goes here. Yellow is already in the box. So that's a 5, 7 pair in the column. So that's not a 5. In fact, actually, where does purple now go down here? Well, purple can't go here, which makes this cell yellow. Which makes this cell not able to be yellow. So the yellow is actually here, making this blue. That 1 looks up, or sorry, this blue looks up. Sorry, I used a forbidden word. The 1 looks up. Sorry, the blue looks up. I'm confusing myself now by trying to count. So that's orange and that's blue. So that's a 2 and a 1. And now this is a 6, making this orange. This is not 2 anymore. In fact, actually, we can do a fancy thing with orange, which is to ask, where's orange in this row? And the answer is, it's in one of these 2 cells. Where's orange in this column? It's in one of these 2 cells. So orange is both in one of these 2 cells and in one of these 2 cells, but those are in the same box. So if I don't make this cell orange, I have to make both of those cells orange. And that's a huge problem because it puts an orange in the same column and the same row as an orange. The upshot of that is that this cell has to be orange, and this cell can't actually be orange. And so we can fill that in. We have a purple 5 pair in this column, making this cell green. So that is a 7 and a 5. That 5 looks down and makes this green. Which now makes this blue and this green, just by Sudoku, which makes this purple and this blue by Sudoku. And now we should look at this box. What colors do we need in this box? We need a red in this box. Maybe I don't know where red goes in this box yet. There's another color I need in this box. What color am I missing? Oh, there's a purple. I need a purple in this box. So the purple is in one of those 2 places. Maybe I don't know yet what's going on. I see. This 9 looks down and fixes that this is red. So that's a 9. So now that surely does something. Yes, that means that the bet cell is red. So if you bet that the bet cell would be a red 4, congratulations, you have won the bet. So this digit is now known, because we've already got the purple and the 5 in the column, because this is a purple 5 pair. And so this is a 6, which is not one of the digits that's lucky enough to get a color. And so we've got blue, orange. We still need a purple. Let's see. What's left in this column, actually? What's left in this column is 3 and 5. And so that means this is a 3 and that's a 5. So this is the purple. That's where the purple has been hiding. So that's a 5 and a 7. I also now see that this cell has been green for some amount of time. And due to various zeta nonsense, I did not notice that. So we can do that. So now we count our colors. Let's see, we've got 6 in this box, 6 in this box, 6 in this box, 6 in this box, 6 in this box. Not 6 in this box, so something is wrong. We're missing a purple that goes here. 6 in this box, 6 in this box, and 6 in this box. Okay, good. So we can fill in that purple is 3 and finish the puzzle. Woohoo! That was fun. I enjoyed that. A good preparation for my plans to do arrows next week. And I get to inflict the nonsense I've been doing with arrows on Niverio at some point. It will be lovely. Yes. So now short puzzles. So I should wrap up in not too long. Let's see. I think Kuraban sent me a short puzzle last time that I promised to do, but the short puzzle is an arrow puzzle. So I think I'm going to use that puzzle actually for my arrow tutorial. Does anyone have a short puzzle that you wish to send me? If you have a puzzle that you think I can do in 20 minutes, I will be happy to oblige. I suppose I could just do a sporadic gas puzzle. Let's see. Screaming Ice Cube. Thank you for the donation, Screaming Ice Cube. Paying my tuition in advance for the next tutorial. Okay, Rangsk, why don't you send me yours? I will do. I haven't done a Rangsk puzzle in a while. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break. Rangsk is going to send me a quick puzzle, and then I'm going to do a Rangsk puzzle, because Rangsk did a me puzzle earlier, and I suspect the me puzzle that Rangsk did earlier was not a quick puzzle, so I certainly have time for a quick Rangsk puzzle. Okay, I'm going to go dig around in Discord, find something, and then I'll be right back. Alrighty, so here we go. Here is a Rangsk puzzle. So we have quadruples. So quadruples are always a favorite. So how do quadruples work? Everything in the circle has to appear around it. So for example, the 6, 7, 8, and 9 all have to show up in these 4 cells. The 1, 2, 3, and 4 all have to show up in these cells. And that's how those work. And then these are region sum lines. which tell you every region that you cut across, you get the same sum in each region that you cut across. I feel like I'm not doing great at it. I feel like I never have a great way to explain region sum lines. Like, the idea is relatively straightforward, but I feel like I always make it sound worse than it is. But what it's telling you is that purple has the same sum as yellow, has the same sum as green. And if I come down here, it's telling me that red has the same sum as orange, has the same sum as... It's telling me that red has the same sum as orange, has the same sum as black. That is how region sum lines work. Alrighty, so first, let's fill in the gimmies. So I've got a 6, 7, 8, 9 here. I've got a 1, 2, 3, 4 here. That means I've got a 9 down here, actually. Yeah, I'll put the 9, fill in the 9 down there somewhere. Sorry, not there. 9 in one of these two, because this, I need a 9 in this quadruple, and 1, 2, 3, 4 are all non-9 numbers, as you may have learned. Now, there's a few different tricksy things going on. So one of them is that you get a lot of these sort of secret X-wings from quadruples often. So you have a 2 here in these 4 cells, and you have another 2 in these 4 cells. That has to be both 2s that appear in row 2 and row 3. So where's the 2 in row 1? Well, it can only be over here. Oh, it does look like camel feet. Wow, that's impressive. Very nice. I was not expecting camel feet, but you're completely right. You then can do the same thing with like this 1, 2, 3 triple, as Sayori is pointing out, needs to have a 2 in one of these 2 cells. And that's interesting because that 2 is going to join the 7, 8, 9 to make this a 2, 7, 8, 9. The 2's up here to make that work. And so that's very interesting, because now look at these region sum lines. If the 2 is not here, then the minimum of these is 15, plus, say, that would be 16. The maximum over here... Oh, no, it works. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. If this is not a 2, the minimum I can make this is 7, 8, 1 is 16. On the other hand, the maximum I can make this is 3, 4, and 9, which is 16. Now, at first you might think, but 16 and 16 are equal, Zeta, so that's okay. But Zeta would point out, where did the 9 go in this universe? The 9 went there, so that can't also be a 9, because this quad needs a 9, and that doesn't work. So this does have to be the 2. Now, by the way, hey, Snowman, or Snow the Jam Man, welcome. I'm doing pretty well. It's been a good day of puzzling. Now this 1, 2, 3 quad needs a 2. And so this thing that needs a 2, the 2 goes there. This thing that needs a 2, now the 2 goes over there. Hey, always happy to have you. You don't have to do the Sudoku logic. I'm the one who has to do the Sudoku logic. Let's see. Okay. Ooh, awesome, Snow the Jam Man. Which of my 5-star puzzles was it that was your first 5-star solve on LMD? I always like hearing that. Drunk Sudoku. I have often contemplated having an adult beverage while streaming, but I haven't actually done it yet. I feel it would distinguish my brand. But not necessarily in a positive way. Let's see. 1, 3 pair in row 3, I am being told. 1-3 pair in row 3 due to the quad effects 1 in box 3 and 6. So, oh, Fishy. I really liked Fishy. That was one of the first puzzles that really, really tortured me to set, because I had, like, almost the entire puzzle, and then I just could not get it to resolve. Let's see. Sorry, I'm getting distracted here. Oh, this is a 1-3. Got it. Oh, boy. I was trying to do something really, really, really complicated. But it's not at all complicated. This 1-2-3 needs a 1-2 and 3 in it. Where did the 1 and the 3 go? Not in these two. So the 1 and 3 need to go here. And the 1 can't go here because I need a 1 over there. So this is a 3 and this is a 1. Good Lord. All right, so there's a 1 up here. Now, there's a secret that the sum of all of these digits is 45. So the sum of these digits needs to be 15. These need to sum to 14. So they're either 5 and 9, or 6 and 8, or 7 and 7. I'm not sure which of those is most likely. One on other quads. Oh yeah, okay, so where's the 1 on this quad? Good question. Okay, the 1 on this quad is in one of those two cells, because the 1 here is knocked it off of being there. It's over here. Oh, we should have a penguin dance for the proliferance of digits. We will do the proliferance of digits dance. Woohoo! Boop boop boop. Boop boop boop. We shouldn't be paying a digit dancing penguin without using the digit dancing penguin. So we will have the digit dancing penguin do all of the dances for all the digits, since we've got so many digits in the grid. Woohoo! Woohoo! Woo! 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 Also, there's about to be another 1 in the grid, so Zach will momentarily do the 1 dance in celebration of the 1 that's about to go in the grid. Woo! Thank you, Zach. Much appreciated. This will be the bet cell, by the way. Unless Rangsk thinks that's a terrible bet cell. But I would be surprised if we're going to get this digit very soon. So now, this is the 1 that Zach promised us. Because the 1 can't go up here, so the 1 has to go there. Which now sees that that's not a 1, so that's a 1. So we got some more goody goodness. Like you do. The 2 can't possibly go down here on this quad, because if the 2 went down here, it would need to go with a 10, because again, these 3 digits need to sum to 15. So the 2 goes up there, so the 2 goes down there. I'm not allowed to put a 10 in the grid in this puzzle. The minimum that this sums to is 13. 14. Okay, so the minimum possible sum here is 14. What if I put a 3 here? Well, if I put a 3 here, then I need a 10 here. I think Rangsk really does want me to put 10s in this puzzle, actually. Because a 10 would let me put the 3 here. But without the 10, I suppose I have to put the 3 over here. Let's see. The max, I suppose I should do the maximum. The maximum I can put here is an 8 and a 9, which would make this 18. So that means the most this digit can be is a 5. This would be a great CTC feature, actually, for when they need a quicker puzzle. This has been super cool, and region sumlines are awesome. So this is at most a 5, and it's not a 2 or a 3. It is a 1, 4, or 5. I might be able to do better than that. Someday, we'll see. These cells can't be a 7, 8, or 9 because they see a 7, 8, 9 triple. That's cool. Unfortunately, that one can be. Let's see. The composition of the remaining 12 is now known. Okay. So I need to sum to 12. I can't use 1, 2, or 3, so I could use 4, 8, or 5, 7. But here's the point. This 3 plopped its way onto this 7, 8, 9. That's that general fact that that Rangsk was talking about there, about these sort of overlapping triples. This is 6 digits I need to put into these 6 cells, so these needed to be a 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9 sextuple from the beginning. But I missed the chance for my sextuple. This can't be a 9 because it would need a 3. Where's the other 7, 8, 9? It's over here somewhere. Okay. So this is either a 7 and a 5 or an 8 and a 4, and Malcolm knew which it was, but I was not completely sure. These need to sum to 13. So it'd either be a 7 and a 6, or an 8 and a 5, or a 9 and a 4. So this is 4, 5, or 6. That's really interesting, Rangsk. I'm surprised about that, but I mean, it's something we're discovering as we do this. 8 plus 5 would break the 12 sum in box 2. Let's see, if I do this as 8 plus 5. Wait. Break the 12 sum in box 2. In box 5. In box 5. Wait, do we know what the sum is in box 5? Okay. This is either 5, 9 or 6, 8. Those are the only options over here. Okay. So that's why. Okay. So 14 can only be done in 2 ways. 5, 9, and 6, 8. I cannot therefore make this 5, 8 because it would break both. So this is 4 and 8. Okay, beautiful spot to whoever in chat spotted that, by the way. So now this is 5, 9. So now that is not... Did I fill in the wrong thing? I swear what I said was right. Was I wrong? No, if I make this 5, 8, I can't make this add to 14. Right? Chat is concerned. 5 plus 8 plus 3 is not 15. Oh! Wait. Sorry. Oh, these are trying to be 12. Right. 5, 7, or 4, 8. Darn it. It works either way. Never mind. Okay. Never mind. I see. Never mind. So, the 5, 8 option doesn't work over here. That's true. So that's not 5, that's not 8. So that does that. Okay, and so now, let's try again. So now this is either 6, 7, or 4, 9. I don't know. I don't think I have any information about that as of yet. Good point from that. That's really cool. So Ambrose points out now, I know there's an 8 over here. It's not here. So one of these is an 8. So these aren't 8. That's not 8. So in order to get my 8 on my quad, it has to go here. And now I need a 9 in one of these two cells. And so in particular, that's not 9. It gives me a 7-8 pair. That 7-8 has to go on this quad here, so that's not a 7-8. I'm trying to get that this can't be a 9, but frustratingly it seems possible that it's a 9. I'm not corner marking these 9s. Oops. Let's see. Okay. So, I'm being asked what happens if this isn't a 1. If this isn't a 1, then it's at least a 4. And this is at least a 5. So this would be at least 4, 5, 6, 7. And 4, 5, 6, 7 is 22. Is there any universe where this adds to 22? Well, let's go ahead and note that. So, it's an 8 and an 8. Sorry. Well, unfortunately, yes, because 8 plus 9 plus 5 is 22. So I think, unfortunately, it is possible. Oh, but it's over here, too. Got it. Okay, so this would be at least 22. Could this add to 22? No. This is at most 9. I would need to make this 13. That's not going to work. Okay, got it. This box is fine. This one's not. How dare Rangsk make me look all the way over to the line over into this box? So that's a 1. I know one of these is an 8. I know one of these is a 9. It's still true that the minimum of this is high, because now this is at least 5, 18. This is at least 18. This is at least 18, which is also the maximum value of this. So I need this to be an 8 and a 9. Which means I need that to not be a 9. And I need this to be a 4 in order to make this add up to 18. These aren't 6 or 7 because of the quad. So those are an 8-9 pair. These over here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I need a 5 and a 9 over here somewhere. Now, so this also has to be a 1 because these add to the thingy thing. So this also needs to be a 1. These add to 17, and I need to get to 18, so I can only do that by adding 1. The 5-9 pair looks down here and gives me an 8 and a 9. I keep hoping against hope that one of these digits will look up to this row, but so far no good. If only one of these would look up to this row, that would also be very helpful. But sadly, I fear this row may be slipping away from us. This 8 and this 9 over here make that a 7. Maybe we'll get there. Oops. Suddenly we have an extra bet cell. That is 7. So that's an 8 and that's a 9. Unfortunately, those look up at the 1. Let's see. The 7 over here has to be in one of these two cells. Let's see. Let's fill in these digits. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That one's not a 3 at least. Should I be looking at this region some line? This isn't a 6 either, actually, because there's a 6-7 pair over here, so that one's not a 6 either. Oh, fascinating. Where's the 1 in this row? That's cool. Oh, it's not actually that fascinating. But the 1 in this row needs to go in one of these two cells, so one of those is a 1, so these aren't 1s. That's my conclusion. This isn't a 3 either. That's not a 4. that 9 comes over here and makes that a 5 and a 9. 5 looks there, makes that not a 5. Is there an unfinished quad somewhere? This one's got all its stuff. This one's got its stuff. This one's got its stuff. There's somewhere an unfinished quad that chat sees that I don't. I 100% believe it's there, but I've been unable to locate it so far, despite our best efforts. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, these are from 4, 6, 7. The 7, 8, 9 quad. This 7, 8, 9 quad is good. This 7, 8, 9 quad. I see. So because there's already an 8 on the quad, I can't have another 8 on the quad. So that's a 7 and that's a 9. I had to use the quad to disambiguate this, not Sudoku. I get it. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, chat. That took a while. Okay. 3 and 7, that's a 5. In order to make this add to 15. So 9 and 2 needs a 4. These are not 5 or 9, so they're 6 and 8. Good, good, good. Let's see. Well, I couldn't have more than one 8 on the quad because of the 3. I needed the 3 to be able to do that deduction to resolve row 3. And I think I got the 3 after I was looking at this, and then it confused me. Where is blue in box 3, I am being asked. I'm not sure. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, these aren't 5 anymore. Okay, so that 5 actually lets me place 5 down here. These are 3, 4, and 6 in some order. Don't think I know the order yet. There's a 4, a 6, and a 7 over here. Aha! Here's a point. I know what 2 plus 7 plus 5 is, at least in theory. I believe it is 14. So I need to make the sum of this line and this line 14. So the only way I can do that is to absolutely maximize it. Because 3 plus 4 is 7, and the highest digit I can put here is a 7. So I have to put a 7 there and make this a 3, 4. Which, if I remember my quads this time, which I know I did not last time, means these are not 3 and 4. Which means by the row, this is 3 or 4. Oh, anti-night scanning. It is so, especially whenever I'm watching Rangsk solve, I always want to just, like, if I'm stuck, just start scanning for anti-night stuff. I figure it's a good way to get unstuck. This can't be 8 or 9. Can't be 8 or 9, despite my best efforts to make it other things. This can't be 4 or 6 because of that down there. This, sadly, can be just about anything. So now, I look over here. These two add to 3 now. So if those add to 3, and I need these to sum to 14, then I need these to total to 11. So if this is a 4, I would need this to be a 7. It can't be, so that's not a 4. If this were a 6, I would need this to be a 5. And if this were a 7, I would need this to be a 4, but it can't be. So actually, this is a 5 and this is a 6. That was a great spot. Or alternatively, I'm not good at Sudoku today. Take your pick. Let's see. This row seems to need a 3, so that's a 4. Let's see. Row 7 can be done. Okay, let's fill in row 7. Oops. I suspect that when Add 11 said row 7 could be done, that's not what they had in mind. Let's see. Okay, 1. Let's see. We need a 2. We've had a 3, 4. We need a 5 and a 6. 7, 8, 9. Okay, so this is a 6. So this is a 2, and this is a 5. Gorgeous. So these aren't 6. And so therefore that's 6. Yes, it was correct. It was just unjustified, but we'll get there. We will we will later justify All right. Now I have to carefully avoid accidentally filling in the bet cell. So let's fill in the candidates for this cell. This can be a 1, not a 2 or a 3. It can be a 4, not a 5, 6, or 7. It can be an 8 or a 9. Can I figure out from this region sum line what happens? Maybe not. Row 3 I can do more. That's helpful. So that's an 8 and a 6 because of that 6 there. That 3 looks down and gives me a 3 and a 4. That's cool too. Okay. So there's no 4 over here. Yeah, I'd better fill in this column. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so this is a 2, 3, 5, or 6. So this cell can't be a 9. Because if this is a 9, the maximum I can make these is... Sorry, if this is a 9... Wait, no, maybe... Sorry, I think I'm wrong. Don't listen to me. I think I'm saying nonsense. These aren't 3. I can say that much. Because there's a 3 in the box. And then I removed a different digit. These aren't 3. Because there's a 3 in the box. That time I removed the correct digit. These digits are a 1 and... Not a 1. To a 3 and a 4. So that's not a 4. Because there's a pointing 4 up here is the point. Okay, what if this was a 1? 1 in box 3. 1 in box 3 I can place. That's cool. 1 in box 3 goes there. Useless, but it's there. I'll take it. That's what I was trying to do. This can't be 9. For lots of reasons, but not least of which is that a 9 points at it. So this isn't a 9. So this is only 1 or 8. And 1 and 8 are not very close together. So we should be able to figure out which one it is. If this was a 1, it would make this need to be 2, 5. If this was an 8, those would be 14. And this would be 9 and 5. So... weirdly, there's always a 5 in these two cells, because if this is 6 plus 1, that's 7. That means this has to be 2 and 5, because it sees a 3, 4, and a 1 in the row. And if this is a 6 and an 8, that's 14. I'd have to make this as 5 and a 9. So there's always a 5 in one of these two cells, and it's not that one. So it's always that one. And so... that is not a 5. These aren't 5. And now this digit only has 2 possibilities. It's either a 2 or it's a 9. Which unfortunately does not really help with this 9 quadruple, but hey, there you go. There's a 5 over here around about somewhere. Do I have any quads I haven't filled in yet? That's cool, yeah. I mean, it really stood out that it was forced in both cases, that there was a 5. So it was very well, I'm not sure if telegraphed it. It was a very visible step, despite the sort of thing that sounds obtuse, but it certainly leapt out to me, even though I am not perhaps in my best solving shape at the moment, based on chat's assessments. Yeah, I know that there's a 5 over in one of these two cells, but who knows? So that's all I get to do with my region sum lines. Box 1, those 6 pencil marks. Yes, good point. Okay. In box 1, there is already a 6. So these are not 6. So they're 2, 3, but there's also a 2 pencil mark, meaning that that's a 2 and that's a 3. Excellent spot to Screaming Ice Cube. So that's a 6. So this is a quad that we can fill in hope. Let's cross our fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9. These aren't 7. These aren't 5. Okay, what am I missing? Is there some other digit looking at these? I don't think there is, unfortunately. The 4 looks up. Ah, yes, this 4. I missed that 4. I did miss something, so those aren't 9. So that's not a 9. Haha! It's not a 9. Thank you. Excellent. To all of you in chat who helped me with my scanning, thank you very much. So that's a 9, which means that's an 8. Chat deserves more than the usual amount of plaudits for help in this puzzle. And the usual amount is already a lot. So that's an 8. I need an 8 over here somewhere. It has to be there because of the 2 8s that are looking up. This is not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It could be 6 or 7, but it's not 8 or 9. So this is a 6, 7, which gives us a 6, 7 pair in the column. Meaning these are a 2, 3 pair. Meaning these are from 4, 5, 6, 7. These aren't 4. These aren't 5. That gives me a 6, 7 pair in this column. So that now is a 5. This is not a 5. Yeah, this has been a treat. This column is now done. Let's see, so it needs a 3. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is what I have left in the box. That's not a 6. Region sumlines are fun to set with. I enjoyed my time with them. I think I've only used them once. I think Frack is the only region sumlines puzzle I've set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, this is not a 9 or a 1, so it is a 7. So that's a 6 and a 7 and a 6 and a 7 and a 5 and a 6 and a 9 and a 5 and a 4 and a 7 and a 9 and a 4. Down here, I see we have a 7 and a 9 in the column, so that's a 1. Let's see. In this row, we have a 6 and a 7, so that's a 4. This sees a 4 and a 6, so it's a 7. This is a 2, 3, or 4, but it's not a 3 or a 4, so it's a 2, and that's a 3 and a 2. 4 and a... Uh-oh, what did I do? I filled in something wrong. Yeah, I didn't put a 1 in this row. That seems bad. Oh, I see what I did. I see. Okay, this is 4. Okay, so that's a 3 and a 2 and a 1, and a 2 and a 1, and a 3 and a 4. Let's hope this is right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is a 2. And I assumed that I had not missed removing pencil marks from this row, but I had. That is what happened. And so we can perform arithmetic on, we know the whole box sums to 45. 1 plus 2 plus 3, we're at 6. Plus 4 is 10. Plus 5 is 15. Plus 6 is 21. Plus 7 is 28. Plus 8 is 36. So we're missing a total of 9. And so this cell has to be 9 and 1. So it's a 9. And then we're done. So that is how to use the rule of 45 to finish the bet cell. Thank you for hanging out with me today, everyone. Even if today was maybe a little bit sillier than average. Thank you for the puzzle, Rangsk. Appreciate it. I have enjoyed this tradition of calling for short puzzles at the end. Did I prove that addition is unique? Sadly, proving that addition is unique is beyond the scope of the stream. We have to go back to Peano's axioms for that. Thank you. I made this a while ago and then forgot about it. Yeah, that happens with a lot of puzzles with me as well. It's like, wait, did I do this? Boy, if I tried to do fishy now, I have no idea how long it would take. It would probably be a while. Anyway, thanks to everyone for hanging out. Thank you to all of you who support the stream. If you're new, please consider subscribing. We always appreciate having new subscribers. If you're a regular and you want to do even more, we have the Patreon at patreon.com/zetamath, and we have the YouTube join thing. If you join, then you get on YouTube, you get the little green name, you get the windmill next to your name. At an appropriate level, you get to vote on what the first puzzle we do every stream is, all that good stuff. On Patreon, we can't give you the emotes, we can't give you the Zach emote, but we can still let you vote on stuff. We still give you access to the Discord, access to the Satisfactory server. We have a train now. If you want to ride the train, then you can support us in any of these ways. Extra special thanks to the super supporters. Those are David Ratner, Michael O'Connor, Nordy, Franco, and Woofer. Those are our turbines. Thank you very much to everyone. I know I saw Franco in chat, so thank you, Franco. Alrighty. But that's all for tonight. So we're going to link you back to Rangsk. So if you've been hanging out all day and you watched Rangsk solve Sudoku earlier, now you watched me solve Sudoku, you're probably in the mood for some nice relaxing word games. So we're going to kick you back to Rangsk. We'll be starting word games in a bit. Hopefully you enjoy that. And I hope to see you all on Wednesday. On Wednesday, we'll start with the tutorial on, I believe, arrows. So if you want a brief arrow tutorial, we'll start with that. And then we'll do whatever you've all voted for. You've all been very, very good, those of you who vote on what puzzle I should open with. It's been an excellent puzzle selection mechanism. Oh, and the Asylum word games before Rangsk, I see. Even more string of these things. I'm not awake before that, so I did not see the Asylum word games before Rangsk, but that is good to know. So you could just see a continuous string of Puzzle Plaza streams. We'll eventually have it set up so someone from Puzzle Plaza is always streaming. Alrighty. By the way, if you're not on the Puzzle Plaza Discord, do consider joining. It's a fun place to chat, and you can chat about all the fun zetamath stuff. I will be posting there to let people know when my new puzzle is done. It's very close to done. I sort of showed you a preview earlier, so if you're excited to see the new puzzle, I'll post that over on that Discord first. So, alrighty. Have a great time with all of your future streams and sleeping. Hope to see you Wednesday. That's all for now. Bye-bye.